poem's called Lemmings. So you've got a few things going on. Number one, you're breathing every day, that's a no-brainer. Then you've got to feed like any other creature, though we've come quite far since nuts and berries. Now you've got the option of a 3-course meal in most emporiums, more in other rather more expensive venues. Fundamentally, the issue here is money. You will definitely need this if you wish to offer any kind of bonus to the species. Other people will look down on you if you don't have it from the highest windows of the tallest buildings. All the rest, nice hair, kind smile, keen sense of fashion, marriage to a person you can count on, pales in triviality compared to what your share is in the central gold reserve, your stake within decision-making circles, basically. Reality costs more than you'd have thought, so those before us made up stuff like God to calm us, hold our hands through harm, or so it seemed, until society resolved to steal the soul as well. Science sort of undermined him, fair to say, though some still clutch the wreckage of a former, simpler dogma. Surging cohorts scorn religion as a cruel coercive force that rules through fear and nothing more, for, if he loved us, why the fuck? And suffering, you know, because I mean that's what we do, and not just those that starve, but those that think, and that's by far the most. If real, God is some kind of prick, I feel. More likely though than his existence is that primal instinct not to be alone intoned us find someone to bind us while we sleep and keep us safe, like Mummy did when we had tummy aches and Daddy told us jokes to make us happy. Parents, whether single or in pairs, invincibly prepare us for the long intense decline, or so they're meant to. Sometimes they are mental and dispense incurable defections of the mind, the kind that tempt 12 lines from Larkin, or that Freud might write a work on, like a person who eats bricks and gets a kick, or cooks a child, or was so scarred by a divorce, he murders whores and scores their corpses, unremorsefully, of course. So anyway, so love is quite important. Sex is too, if you want fun, or to invent someone. What else? Well, since I guess it all ends when you die, just stay alive as long as possible, I'd say. Don't cross the road unless you look both ways, or any crazy shit like that. Don't pick a fight with anyone who's bigger than you, or got better hands, unless you're really fucking angry and no longer care, in which case, yeah. Also, when the time comes, when it goes, when light begins to hum and all you see is noise, try becoming, instantly and honestly, somehow, the sum of now and all that led there, what you thought and were and did. So, when it stops, which will be, I imagine, or will almost be a shock, you've got your mind concerned with unimportant things, and won't be paying much attention when the closing moment stings.
Woo!
Yeah, this next poem is it's a murder mystery. See if you can work out who did it. Gary said that Michael did it. Roger blamed the priest. Arthur suggested it could be an accident, but if it was murder, then probably Reese. Michael supplied an alibi, so Gary was called back in, but he'd been with Arthur all evening, Your Honour. They'd taken his car for a spin. And as for Reese, he was out of town, visiting uncles in Haverfordwest. He didn't return till the deed had been done. This was proved by a doubtful inquest. The priest was summoned for questions and answered them slightly more soberly faced. On the night of the murder, he'd been with Greta, his wife, down at Bollingford Place. So Roger was charged, while still at large, with falsely accusing the priest. But was he the murderer? No, not Roger. He was only a bit of a tease. They never did find who did the crime, and the case has been long put to bed. It's a shame to consider. I knew who did it, but they couldn't ask me. I'm dead.